Why, hello, First Chancers, and welcome to another episode of First Chances with Chance. And this might be perfect. And in today's episode, we're doing another podcast special. We are discussing current events. So, this might be an add-on to the last podcast special because I just got update on Raising Cane's in I guess you could say Royal Palm Beach. I was on the bus the other day heading home and I saw the sign that said, "We're hiring managers." No, I'm not applying to be a manager there. I don't know how much they are paying, but at the same time, I don't have time on my hands like that right now to be a manager. I'm still in school, but at the same time, I'm managing a business. I don't know why I look that way. But yeah, they are, I guess, building the store now, and it was supposed to be in fall. I don't know if they're done building. I didn't look clearly. All I read was the sign that said we're hiring managers. So yeah. So yeah, this is current news anywhere. I might be in a couple weeks. I might be buzzing my hair and getting it short and just letting it grow. Because with me, like the ends are super thin, and I'm hoping that with me quitting vaping, that my hair's gonna thicken back out. If not, then oh well, whatever. But yeah, I'm hoping that it'll just thicken back out instead of me having to really worry about any of it. And plus, the long hair, the long bangs at least, are getting in the way. Sometimes it's really troubling having curly hair, which some of you already know. But yeah, let's actually go ahead and pull up some current events. I know that school is, when I'm filming this at least, this is the second episode that I'm filming today, and it's only 11:05 in the morning. I know. Now that I'm saying it, it's like, oh. I was up at 9, and then for like half an hour, I was just trying to wake up. Then at 10, like 9:30ish, I took a shower. 10 o'clock is when I took some of my supplements, and then around, like, I guess 10:30ish or like 10:20ish is when I really came out, set everything up, and yeah, now we here. Well, obviously filmed the other episode before this. But yeah, let's go ahead, see why are schools closed on Tuesday. And we are hoping that a lot of us know um about the whole Hurricane Ian hitting Florida and part of North Carolina and the Carolinas. So my heart does go out to them, and I am still hoping that they are okay. And yes, obviously my area did get hit a little bit, but not as much. Not as much. Um, but from what I heard about Tuesday schools being closed when I'm filming, like the Tuesday, the following week of when I'm filming this, is like didn't like what I heard is that there was gonna be a thing going on, like a debate going on or something. I don't know, but this says Tuesday, October 18th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Expo Center. I don't know. Like, why? Why are colleges closed? What? It has to be the 18th. Closed Tuesday, October 18th. Nothing's coming up. Let me check my email. And yeah. Nothing is coming up. So I have no clue. Wednesday. And then it just says, yeah, nothing is coming up for the 18th. But all I know is that I won't have class either at all. Because, yeah. But according to my professor, she's going to give us a small assignment. Like, we'd rather do, like, I'll do lecture instead of doing a small assignment that you're just giving to us. Because at least with lecture, we'll be learning another part of the lesson. But without lecture and a small assignment's not going to teach us anything. Just going to have us go back over stuff that we already know. And Thursday, we don't have class because, I mean, not that next Thursday, but this Thursday, so tomorrow, we don't have class because we have a test. So it's not like there's going to be a huge, like, we're going to be missing 2 days. I mean, I get that we have a test on that day, so that's understandable, but if you're just giving us an assignment the following class day, then what's the point? So I'm going to go ahead and take a break here and then be back with an article about Hurricane Ian. And it's turning out that this episode might be a short episode. So now that I'm back, I have an article pulled up. Update. These Florida public schools, state colleges, universities closed as Ian nears. And this was posted on September 30th. I know it's now October 12th, but just an update of how Ian went. So this might be a good one. Tallahassee. Many counties have closed public schools Tuesday, and others plan to do so on Wednesday as Hurricane Ian approaches Florida. Evacuation orders are posted and weather conditions deteriorate. The Florida Department of Education lists K through 12 state college and university closures. K through 12 school closures. A.D. Henderson University School, FAU Lab School will be closed Wednesday, September 28th. Let's actually look up how bad was Hurricane Ian, because how bad of a hurricane was Ian? What made Hurricane Ian so intense? By the numbers. Ian tied for the fifth strongest hurricane to make landfall in the United States, causing destruction probably among the worst recorded. Sorry, I'm not trying to laugh. Oh, no, this is funny. The person who wrote this article was also was named Ian. His name was Ian, and he was writing about Hurricane Ian. So I'm not gonna. Hurricane Ian will be remembered as one of the most consequential in recent U.S. history. Give me a moment. I gotta keep my throat lubricated. Leaving scores of homes and businesses obliterated in addition to a still rising number of deaths. After pummeling Cuba, the storm came ashore on the western coast of Florida with an unforgiving storm surge that gutted the first floors of buildings and winds that knocked out about a quarter of Florida's power. Sorry. The Category 4 storm dropped more than 20 inches of rain on central parts of the state. That wasn't the end of Ian. It meandered over water again and made landfall in South Carolina as a Category 1 hurricane. President Biden said the scale of Ian's devastation will probably rank among the worst in the nation's history. Below are key figures on the storm's impact and strength. Storm impacts. 89 deaths and counting. Most of the deaths reported so far have been drownings in Florida, according to the Florida Medical Examiners Commission. County sheriffs have reported higher fatality figures, and the official toll is expected to rise. The highest number of deaths happened near the storm's landfall in Lee County, which includes Fort Myers Beach and Sanibel Island. The deadliest hurricane on record in Florida killed at least 2,500 people in 1928. Hurricanes in 1919, 1926, and 1935 each claimed about 350 and 800 lives. Although all these numbers are considered somewhat unreliable, deaths from Ian have also been reported in North Carolina and Cuba. 6,000 plus flights canceled. Roughly 2,000 flights were canceled each day, Wednesday through Friday, primarily in zones between where Ian made landfall in Florida and South Carolina. Airports in Tampa and Orlando, among others in Florida, completely shut down as the storm passed. Charleston International Airport in South Carolina are also closed. Most other airports in that area remained operational. Oh my god. But with significant delays and cancellations. 2.5 million evacuation orders. Millions of Floridians were placed under evacuation orders as Ian approached. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said about 100 evacuation centers opened statewide. Many people did not evacuate, however. The evacuation orders covered many fewer people compared with those for Hurricane Irma, which made landfall on the Florida Peninsula as a Category 3 storm in 2017. Irma was responsible for the largest U.S. evacuation in history, with roughly 7 million people, ordered to leave their homes, mostly in Florida. 3.4 million plus U.S. power outages. Around 2.7 million customers were in the dark at peak outage. Oh my god! In Florida, that adds up to about 25% of the state, markedly higher than for Category 5 Hurricane Michael, which left 4% of the state without power in 2018. North Carolina recorded around 350,000 people without power at its peak, and South Carolina had around 218,000. Virginia topped 100,000, Georgia added about 15,000 out at peak. However, the U.S. power outages pale in comparison with those in Cuba, where failures after Ian caused the whole island of 11 million to go dark. $60 billion plus in insured losses. Ian is estimated to have caused more than $60 billion in private insured losses just in Florida, making it the second largest disaster loss event in record. According to the industry trade group Insurance Information Institute, Ian trails Hurricane Katrina of 2005, which caused $89.7 billion in inflation-adjusted insured losses. Storm statistics: Ian made landfall as a hurricane 3 times. It first came ashore as a 125 mile per hour Cat 3 storm near La Coloma, Cuba, early on September 27th. On the afternoon of September 28th, the storm struck Cayo Costa, Florida, as a Cat 5 Cat 4 with 150 mile per hour winds. 2 days later, Ian made its final landfall near Georgetown, South Carolina, as a Category 1 at 85 miles per hour. Fifth strongest winds at 150 mile per hour. Ian's landfall wind speed in Florida ties for the 5th strongest on record in the United States, a mark shared by 7 other storms. It ties for the 4th highest landfall speed on record in Florida. The highest winds are rarely recorded, giving a relatively sparse observation network, but observations show impressive gusts across Florida at 140 miles per hour in Cape Coral, 135 miles per hour in Punta Gorda and Solana, 112 miles per hour in Pelican Bay, and 110 miles per hour in La Belle. Places as far from landfall as Tampa and Daytona saw hurricane-force wind gusts. Gusts of 92 miles per hour and 94 miles per hour were also recorded at Chutes, Foley, South Carolina, and Chesapeake Light Tower, Virginia, respectively. So we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we will be right back with some more of the article. So now that I'm back, I'm going to go ahead and read the rest of the article from the Washington Post. So 6 major hurricane, it's the hurricane, we're still talking about Hurricane Ian. It's the 6th major hurricane to hit the Gulf in the last 6 years. Over the past 6 seasons, 6 hurricanes at Category 4 or higher have hit the continental United States: Harvey and Irma in 2017, Michael in 2018, Laura in 2020, Ida in 2021, and Ian in 2022. Wow. Hurricane Ian is the most concentrated on the chart. Other areas nearby have also been hit hard, notably portions of the Caribbean. Puerto Rico was hit by Category 4 Maria in 2017, and Category 5 tossed numerous islands before reaching the United States. Dorian also roared through the Bahamas at a Category 5 before crawling northward off the southeast coast. Hurricanes Eta and Iota in 2020 hit Nicaragua as a Category 4 as well. All of these storms experienced rapid intensification, increasing their wind speeds by at least 35 miles per hour within 24 hours. Scientists expect that rapid intensification events, especially in strong storms, will increase due to warming ocean waters associated with climate change. 12 foot plus storm surge, a surge or rise in ocean water above normally dry land at the coast as high 12 feet were reported. I can't speak today. By DeSantis shortly after landfall in Florida on Wednesday afternoon, and forecast values of 12 to 18 feet are suspected to have occurred in some spots. The Weather Channel's hurricane expert Rick Knabb indicated some areas were likely above 12 feet, but it takes time to collect water marks. Tide gauges in Naples and Fort Myers posted their highest water levels on record. Imagery of houses underwater up to near the ceiling would indicate at least 8 to 10 feet of surge. Values were almost certainly higher in parts of the Florida coast, which will be determined in ongoing surveys. A surge around 5 feet was also reported near Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, its third highest on record as Ian made its second U.S. landfall nearby. 21.16 inches of rain. Union Park, just northeast of Orlando in Central Florida, picked up 21.16 inches of rain from the storm. That's almost 4 times the average rainfall for September in Orlando, and it fell in about 36 hours. The rainfall from Ian pushed Orlando to its wettest month on record. Another dozen official observation sites topped 10 inches from the storm. Parts of the region saw a 1 in 500 year rainfall, meaning it had only a 0.2% chance of happening in a given year, leading to widespread and significant flooding of lakes and rivers. Yeah, my canal was flooded. But my aloe blossomed. It bloomed. Not with a flower, but it took off and grew. Ian's rainfall output in Florida on Thursday ranked as the third most on record since 2005, according to the National Weather Service, trailing only 2 exceptionally rainy days during Hurricane Harvey. Charleston picked up 10.75 inches from Ian, which was the most outside Florida. 940 millibars landfall pressure. The strength of a hurricane's wind is linked to how low the atmospheric pressure is at the storm center. Pressure lower than 980 millibars is typically thought of as conductive for hurricane formation. Ian rapidly strengthened from a tropical storm to a Category 3 hurricane with a 952 millibar pressure as it struck Cuba. This probably helped the core of the hurricane exit the country in a healthy condition, setting up a second round of rapid intensification that allowed for a 937 millibar minimum pressure. The 937 millibar landfall pressure was the 9th deepest central pressure of a storm hitting Florida, behind events such as Category 5 storms Michael in 2018, 919 millibars, and Andrew in 1992, 922 millibars. Thousands of lightning strikes. In the time just before landfall, as many as 1,000 lightning events were detected in the eye wall, making it one of the most electric eye walls in a storm in the Gulf of Mexico. Overall, as many as 34,000 lightning events were recorded in the storm, according to scientists with Vaisala, a company that operates a national lightning network that places it in the high end of tropical cyclones for lightning. While the mechanisms behind intense eyewall lightning are not fully understood, it tends to favor atypically powerful storms. 2. There are 2 months left of this hurricane season, which runs June 1st through November 30th. October, in particular, can deliver high end storms, so it's not time to stop watching just yet. And that's it for the article and the end of this episode. So, there really aren't as many current events that I could think of besides, like, I know everybody already knows mostly about the Try Guys and how one of the husbands was caught cheating with an employee, which, goes to show why I would never date a coworker. I mean, it doesn't go to show why I would never date a coworker, but I would never date a coworker. It's just one of my rules that I've always had since the day that I started working. Other than that, there really isn't anything else that's interesting to me that's current. So, I hope you guys like this episode as well. And don't forget to text or leave a voicemail to 561-320-7085. Again, text or leave a voicemail to 561-320-7085. DM First Chances of a Chance on Instagram, or if you guys are watching the video portion, just comment down below. Bye guys, love you!